Hi, welcome to betsafe.com. We're nearly there. This is Premier League Preview Week 36. I'm Alan McInally, Sky Sports Soccer Saturday pundit, and of course with me as ever, Paul Dickov, ex-Arsenal and Manchester City. BetSafe, the official betting partner of Manchester City. We're hopefully going to bring you and push you in the right direction. We've got my treble and Paul's treble, of course, and hopefully some BetSafe boosts for you for the games for the weekend. Wondering where we are? We're at the Belfry Hotel and Golf Resort. This place is absolutely fantastic. Thanks to James Stewart, the resort manager, who allowed us to play yesterday. And behind us, probably the most iconic hole in Ryder Cup history, the 10th hole at the Belfry, where Seve drove the ball on the green and, of course, won his point for Europe. What did you get yesterday at the 10th?
Just the birdie.
Just the birdie. 1-2 on BetSafe for him to birdie it yesterday.
I lost count after about 7 strokes.
And he did, exactly. 4 Ryder Cups, and thanks to the Belfry for allowing us to record here today. Okay, week 36, we're going to give you our trebles. Your first one, Bournemouth against Stoke. You've gone for Bournemouth, maybe unsurprisingly, because Stoke haven't been that good, have they?
Away from home, they've been awful.
Yeah.
You know, I think we touched on it a couple of weeks ago, saying that...
Well, just before you go, because I know you're thinking, not scored in the last 6 Premier League away games, 4 minutes shy of 10 hours.
That
that can't be right, mate.
You know, I've been disappointed with Stoke this season. You know, finished, was it 8th or 9th last year? And I think the players Mark Hughes has got, they would have been looking to kick on, and they run away from home. Look, at home you always fancy them a little bit more, but away from home they've just been awful. And as you say,
last player to score for oh, I've just told you who he scored against.
Crouchy.
Correct.
But that's what, God, 10 hours ago. I think something you said before.
But they've been poor. So you've gone for Bournemouth because...
I just think Bournemouth at home, I always fancy them. You know, they play good football. Joshua King, since Callum Wilson's been out injured, has been fantastic.
Scored a lot of goals, hasn't he?
15 goals this season, 12 in his last 16 games.
Done really well.
So Stoke away from home at the minute towards the end of the season. And I just think Bournemouth will have too much for them going forward. 23-20, so the odds against Bournemouth, 13-5 the draw, 12-5 Stoke, just short of 3-1. It shows you just how poor Stoke's form actually is. King to score first, 4-1 at any time. Josh King, 3-2 on BetSafe. It's a stonking price, and if you think Bournemouth are winning under 2.5 goals, BetSafe will give you 9-2. Burnley against West Brom. Burnley 65, 94 the draw. West Brom 13-5. And I've heard it for the last 3 or 4 weeks that West Brom have got the flip-flops on. Yeah, well, you called it about 6 weeks ago.
I did that.
Once they got to 8th, 7th or 8th, they were sitting.
They were, mate.
I just think they've been disappointing. Not scored in the last 5 games.
Yeah, that's poor as
which is poor, and Burnley at home's been my banker all year round.
Yeah.
You know,
you've been unbelievable with Burnley, because you called that after week 5, week 6 doing our Premier League preview. Burnley's home form was probably going to be the position that might keep them in the league.
The only thing I'm worried about is they just won away from home.
Oh, that's a disaster.
You know, which has probably killed me a little bit.
Which killed our trebles last week as well, because we went for Palace.
Oh, we both went for Palace. But look at Sean Dyche's unbelievable job. And be the first time, if they stay up, which I think they will do, 7 points clear with 3 games left, since 1974-75.
Really?
That they've maintained their status in the top division. So
fantastic.
Well done Burnley, well done Sean.
Absolutely.
Absolutely brilliant. 65
if you think Burnley will win it, and they've won, I think, I don't know, you might know better, but 7 or 8 games they've won 1-0. Burnley to win by 1 goal, not 1-0, 5-2 might be the way to go. 5 points short of their best ever record, West Brom. They're on 44, they need 49 for the best ever. But I couldn't be betting them at 13-5 either.
I was saying they've not scored for the last 5 games, but it shows you how well they've done this year to get to this stage, and only 5 points short of the record.
Absolutely.
So both teams have done brilliant, but I just think Burnley at home are going to nick it.
Hull against Sunderland, unsurprisingly, we've actually both gone for Hull, and Sunderland are, well, they're gone. And
down and out. And Hull, you know, picked up a great point last weekend away from London at Southampton. Unlucky not to win the game as well. But their home form, is it 6 out of the last 7 games?
Yeah.
They've won.
Not lost a home match since the 26th of December when they got beat 3-0 by City.
The manager's not lost a home match for about the last 14 years or something. If you look at
Silva has done a job that some of the guys probably cannot believe, Paul.
They can't, and I remember us talking in January when they lost Jake Livermore and Snodgrass. We were thinking, what are they doing? Yeah. So it just shows you what a great job he's done, and they need the points as well. A lot more than obviously Sunderland are down. Correct. So Hull City all day long for me.
6-13 odds on Hull. Just shows you how well they've actually done. 18-5 the draw, 13-2 Sunderland. You can probably have any price you want Sunderland. If you think Hull are going to win it and win it by 1 goal, 11-5. So your treble, if I can find it, is Hull, Bournemouth and Burnley, 13-2. It's a good one. It's a good one. Mine, I've gone for Hull. but I've also gone for Leicester. Leicester to beat Watford. It pains me to go for Leicester because of what happened, but I just think at home form, and Vardy seems to get his shooting boots back on. I think Leicester 70-12. They're odds on, to be fair. 31-10 the draw, just over threes. Watford 53-10. There's something not right at Watford, Paul.
No, there's not. I was really disappointed them against Liverpool the other night there. I thought they would have been right at them, causing them lots of problems. But they were just a bit poor.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought Liverpool were there to be got
I genuinely think there's something all right.
There's not. There's been speculation about the manager all year. And they can't keep changing their managers every year.
No,
they've done well, they're going to be safe this year. But they just keep chopping and changing.
Craig Shakespeare won all 4 Premier League home games, and he's got a chance to go with Pep, Ancelotti, Pellegrini to win your first 5 home games.
Look, on a personal note, I'm delighted for Craig. I've said before, he's a fantastic guy and great coach, and he's got them back playing the way they were playing last year. You know, Vardy scoring goals, 13 he's got now. And I just think that they look like the Leicester that won the league last year.
I can't believe you just said that, because I was going to say I've put them in the treble because I think they've got a little bit the fear factor back, thinking, oh no, we're at Leicester here, and they're not the same kind of form when they won the title, but they're certainly in a better form than they were, and I don't see Watford going there and turning them over.
And I genuinely think, rightly or wrongly, I think the players want Shaky to get the job, and I think that's the reason why they're back at it again.
Excellent. 70-12 odds on Leicester. 31-10 the draw, 53-10. If you think Vardy will score first, 13-4. Hull, Leicester, and I've gone for Arsenal to beat Manchester United just because. I don't know why. Tell me why. Incidentally, 14-5 Arsenal, 27-10, 3-1 Manchester United, which, to be fair to them, I've probably gone because I think he doesn't know these 11 he wants to start, and they've got massive injury problems. Huge
injury problems. Centre half, obviously Ibrahimovic out as well, Pogba struggling. And I just think Arsenal losing the London derby last week, this is the best game that they could have against Man United at home, to go out there and get at them. Pressure's on them, you know. I think pressure's off Arsenal slightly, because it doesn't look as if they're going to make top 4. Where it's a game United have to win.
They're still they're on that 25 unbeaten run. Was it? They've won 13, drawn 12. Manchester United, which obviously if they'd, I don't know, 6 or 7 more wins would have put them in an unbelievably strong position in the league. But they've been so unconvincing, Manchester United.
Look, when I was at the derby last week, and it's the poorest Manchester United performance I've seen against a Manchester City team. You know, and it told me a story, and I'll probably get some stick for this, when you know, the players and the fans were celebrating a 0-0 draw against Manchester City, which I thought I would never see.
No, exactly.
You know, but in saying that, they are in a great run and they keep grinding out results.
I just think with the injuries they've got, I don't think Manchester United will go to Arsenal and win. 14-5 Arsenal, it's a great price. 27-10 the draw, 3-1 United. Sanchez to score first, 72, I think it's a good price. Rashford, if you think United can go in Rashford, he's in great form, Marcus Rashford as well. Yeah, he is the one. I mean, he has the great hope for them, to be fair.
He's been outstanding for them first.
He has.
What is it, 19-20 to take that on his shoulders as well.
We're on Premier League preview here on betsafe.com, week 36, and we said after 8 weeks, not the pressure on Marcus Rashford, but they're asking so much of a young player, out with Ibrahimovic, who was playing at the time, to carry the can for, you know, other players. No, he's young to carry. Manchester United, you need a special type of player to be able to play for a team like that.
You do, and I think some of the senior pros have maybe got to have a look at themselves. If they're relying on a 19-year-old kid at Manchester United to take them through. But fair play to Rashford, I think he's fantastic.
6-1 if you think Marcus will score the first goal. Sanchez has already mentioned. 7-2. Arsenal half-time, full-time, 2-1. My treble then, Hull, Leicester and Arsenal, 4-1 my treble. Paul's treble, Hull, Bournemouth and Burnley, 13-2. Chelsea versus Borough. The Championes.
Well, there's one winner here, and that's got to be Chelsea.
Got to be, isn't it?
People were saying before last week, Tottenham putting pressure on. However, it was going to be the toughest game, and to go to Goodison and win 3-0.
Incredible result.
Fantastic, and they just keep going and keep going, and they just look so powerful all over. You know, if it's not happening for them, he makes changes. The players he brings on are producing as well, and Middlesbrough, to be fair to them, played really well against Manchester City last week.
Yeah, they did actually. It was a good result for them, wasn't it?
Not to get the win, but to go to Chelsea is impossible for them.
I know they're running as well. Chelsea's been fantastic. I think we've tipped them up to be champions for quite a while now. 1-6 Chelsea, 33-5 the draw. You can have 20-1 on Middlesbrough. Chelsea half-time, full-time, I think it's a belting bet on BetSafe. I really do. The only thing is you're only getting 7-15. It's odds on, maybe unsurprisingly. Chelsea have won the last 6 games against Borough, not conceding a goal.
And I think that's going to be 7.
I'll do it. That's all I needed from you. I've missed one. West Ham against Spurs. Chelsea's biggest problem at the moment.
I think going back to Chelsea, it shows you how well they've done. Tottenham have just won their last 9 games.
And by the way, they've looked, I think we've said it before, probably the most powerful, strongest team in the Premier Division when they get it going.
Yeah, and for Chelsea, it shows you how good Chelsea have been all season.
Yeah.
The form Tottenham have been in, I think that over the last 2 seasons they've got the most points than any other team. But they just, Harry Kane's back scoring goals, Eriksen, we talk about the same players every week.
I know, yeah.
And they've been fantastic. And I can't see, look, there's a lot of speculation this week about Slaven Bilic as well.
Yeah.
West Ham being at home, I can see Tottenham really turning them over.
69-10 West Ham. Should just getting short of 7s if you think they can win the home game. Of course, it's a London derby. 41 to draw. 5-12 Spurs. To be honest, there's probably a bit of value in that. And some BetSafe boosts for you as well. Tottenham to win and Kane to score, 65. Tottenham to win, both teams to score might be a good bet. Actually, 11-5, providing maybe if striker West Ham, big chap up top.
Andy Carroll.
Is he
He's been struggling
a bit.
Yeah, he has, and he's a huge player.
Just when I said both to score, I'm thinking, who scores for West Ham? It's only Andy Carroll.
I think Lanzini is it. He's got 13 goals this season already, but against Tottenham, the way they're defending, the way they're playing at the minute, I can only see one winning.
And if you are a West Ham fan, you think West Ham can score first, 14-5. Liverpool against Southampton.
I think this is a tough game for Liverpool. You've got to give them credit over the last few weeks though, because their Achilles heel this year is playing against teams that
they're expected to
win
win.
In their lower half. Yeah. And they've picked up some good, maybe 1-0 wins, but that's going to be huge for them. But Southampton 3 times this year. They played Liverpool in the Cup as well.
That's right.
Over 2 legs.
That's right.
And kept 3 clean sheets. So I think this is going to be a really tough game for them.
8-13. They're obviously odds on because the game's at Anfield. Liverpool 33-10 the draw. Southampton big price 22-5. It's almost 92 you're getting. You think Firmino might be back on the goal scoring sheet to score first, 4-1. I think Liverpool will probably win that 8-13.
It's going to be tough for them as well. Coutinho looks as if he's going to be out, but the big plus for them is having Lallana back.
Yeah, that's massive.
I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was very good.
He was out 6 weeks, trained a day, and came straight back on. He was on a sub early doors, but
absolutely,
he's a big player for them.
Swansea versus Everton, another huge game for Swansea if they're going to try and stay in this Premier League.
It is, but what a great point they got at Old Trafford last week.
Wow.
Sigurdsson we talk about all the time. He shouldn't be playing a team that's in the bottom 3 at the minute.
I think we said as well when it was the end of the January transfer window, I said that one of the best signings was actually the fact that Swansea managed to keep Gylfi Sigurdsson rather than somebody nick him.
It was. I'll be surprised if one of the top, I'm not going to say top 4, but it's top 6 now.
Yeah, he's good enough
they
for
don't
that.
Have a go at him.
Absolutely.
But Everton, they'll be looking to bounce back after the defeat against Chelsea last week. But I can see, I like Swansea, and I think they've started well when Paul Clement came in, dropped, and they're picking up again. But this is a huge game for them. But I can see Everton winning this.
It's a massive game, isn't it? 9-5 Swansea, so they're actually odds against, but not maybe as big as you thought they might be. 12-5 the draw, and Everton 8-5. It's a big price for Everton, for the Blues as well. If you're a big Everton fan on BetSafe and you think they can turn them over, some BetSafe boosts for you. Swansea to score first, 65. Everton to win and Lukaku to score, 9-4. That'll be popular. That will be popular. Everton to win and both teams to score, another one on BetSafe, 9-2. I think we've done them all. I'll just remind you now.
You missed out my boys.
Who?
Man City.
Oh, I can't believe I did manage to get past Man City. Alright, I know they're in here somewhere. Here we go. So I did as well. I didn't do it on purpose, I genuinely did. Yeah, I did.
I've been teeing myself up for Man City.
Man City against Palace. I'll give you the odds first of all. They're not just as short as Chelsea. At home to Palace, 3-11. Odds against, odds on. 17-3 the draw. 19-2 Crystal Palace. Can Big Sam go and do something else that's not expected of Crystal Palace?
His record against the big teams and recently.
It's ridiculous.
Beating Chelsea, beating Arsenal, beating Liverpool.
Incredible.
And then they go and lose to Burnley at home. So it just sums them up. But I think this will be a tough game for City. Going forward, Palace.
You must be disappointed with the result against Middlesbrough then.
I was, but do you know what? I felt they were slightly lucky.
Yeah.
There's been lots of times City have drawn this year, And they've had so many chances that they should have won the game, but it was the opposite. They were lucky to get a point.
You've got a bit of news ahead, possibly that Aguero might not be available.
Yeah, he's struggling with his groin, and he could be out for the rest of the season.
Which will affect a lot of people having a bet on BetSafe, won't it? If they don't think Aguero's involved.
He scored in 14 of his last 15 games or something. He's been outstanding, and I loved it that talking about the Middlesbrough game that Guardiola went with Jesus and Aguero up top together.
Yeah, I like
people are saying can they play together? Will Pep play them together? And I hope he's not going to be out for the rest of the season. But the big thing for me this season is, or since Christmas, is last year when Aguero was out, there was nobody to fill his boots.
No.
This kid,
you like him, don't you?
Gabriel Jesus.
Well, you lead me in perfectly for a BetSafe boost. Palace to score 11-4, which they may do. Jesus 2 or more goals, 16-5. Now he's going to get plenty of chances, surely.
He is,
and 16-5. That's you're getting over 3-1 for him to possibly bag 2 goals.
Yeah, but every time I've seen him, seen him in training, he's for a 19-year-old kid, and you know yourself playing in games. If a kid comes into your first team, sometimes you're a bit nervous to give him the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
When Silva, when Yaya Toure, when De Bruyne are on the ball, they'll look for him straight away.
It's a big sign, isn't it?
And that's the biggest compliment I could play him.
Yeah, absolutely. If you think it's going to be tight, and City are still going to win, but it's going to be tight, I've just picked out one. 2-1 to City, 17-2. City are odds on 3-11, 17-3 the draw, and 19-2 on Palace. Okay, we're done now. We're happy
done now, big man.
City. Okay.
Now.
Remember my treble then: Hull, Leicester, and Arsenal 41. Paul's treble: Hull, Bournemouth, and Burnley. And I say it once again, thanks to James Stewart, the resort manager here at the Belfry. The setting is fantastic, and of course, all the prices on BetSafe are fantastic. We've tried to push in the right direction and hope that sportsbook wallet on Monday morning might look a little bit better than it does right now. Good luck to all your bets on BetSafe at the weekend.